The McElroy brothers are not experts.
And listen, the English at the teacher at the community college isn't paying the bills like it used to. No. And Tavian just likes to listen to the show. Who can blame him? This is my brother meets an advice show for the modern era. He's listening to us, so he knows how to improve his own situation, so he'll be fiscally in a position to help out next year when we call upon his aid. But let's not dwell on that. Let's dwell on right now when I am Justin McElroy.
And I am Travis McElroy.
And right now, I am Griffin McElroy.
For the foreseeable future, this is my brother, and me. So let's get right to the wisdom. So if I, a dude, goes into the bathroom and all the urinals are taken, socially acceptable, in working order or otherwise, what am I supposed to do? Wait around for a urinal to become available? Go outside again and try later? Take a stall? If I take a stall, should I close and or lock the doors? Much obliged. Bodily harm.
Why wouldn't you close the door?
I don't know, because it's like you're sort of claiming that as your own, as your property. You're staking your claim, and maybe
so
you feel like
you
have
take
a right
wide dominant stance.
You're saying, "Hey, this is mine now."
I mean, there's if you'll forgive the pun, there's squatters' rights that you have in a bathroom stall. If you post up in a bathroom stall, that's basically your apartment for the duration of your onesie or doozy. Like
I think the moment though that you're afraid of, if you're peeing in a bathroom stall and then you walk out, and in the time that you were in the stall, all the urinals cleared out, you look like a douche when someone's waiting to poop.
And also, everyone just thinks you're trying to hide your tiny dick.
Yeah. Why? What's your shame? What's wrong with you?
As you walk into the stall, announce, "Listen, this isn't because I have a tiny dick.
This isn't a shame.
All the urinals are taken."
And my dick's not even big. Like, it's average. Listen, I have an average dick, but I need to...
I really need to pee. Why don't you just wait it out? Like, what's the rush? I think if somebody wants to shoot one, they will wait. They'll go around you. It's not a big deal.
I used to be afraid of using the urinal. Not because I have a tiny dick, but just because I just don't want anybody to see my dick. And, like, that seems like if there's any given point during my day... that I were to highlight as most likely to get my dick seen, I would say that using the urinal is like number one, maybe number two on that list.
Well, and also you run the risk of splash damage.
Splash damage is bad, and also I might see other dudes' dicks, and that psychologically that's even worse for me. So I used to use the stall, and I've gotten over that fear, but I'm sure there are other people who still suffer from it. And to those people, I'm saying that you're completely within reason.
Use the stall, or just wait and use the bathroom at home like a normal person.
Like a human being.
Yeah, let's slap a motto on this bitch. Let's make it marketable.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go your own way.
Ooh.
I like
Gotta
it.
get some rights.
What about this? What about this? If there's no stall, you need to stall.
Okay.
Does that have some possibilities, you think? For a
That
t-shirt,
definitely has
maybe?
some possibilities. I think no matter what, it's an intimate moment. What you do in a bathroom. I can't think of an unintimate thing that one would normally do in a bathroom, and it's uncomfortable sharing that moment with other people. So just it sucks. You gotta get through it. But stalls, I think, are the best place to do it.
Guys, I was laying in bed with my girlfriend. Sorry, Griffin, and I asked her the age. If you could have sex with anyone, who would it be? The age old. If you could have sex with anyone, who would it be? The question.
There is an age that you can have sex with.
What is the age of anyone you could have sex with? 18, by the way. Young enough to be legal, still in the prime, obvious. Her answer was XBF or 50, because what's up? Her answer was her XBF, because it was so good and passionate. I got cranky, rolled over, and went to sleep. She is now angry at me, saying it doesn't mean anything and it was no big deal. Help? Terry. Terry.
Is Terry asking how to get over this girl that he just broke up with because she said that thing?
This girl that he definitely just dumped?
See, the answer to that question is supposed to be like Shakira or Natalie Portman. It's not supposed to be your
not
friend
like
Jeff.
your fucking brother. Like, no, you're not allowed to do that.
And note to guys, if your lady asks you this question, the answer is her. The answer is always her. It's a trap.
Can I get you with red hair? Is that?
Can I get you minus, let's call it 8 pounds? Like, I think right there would get you in the sweet spot for me.
You on a good day.
Yeah, she done fucked up, Terry. And might I say, Terry, as one man speaking to another, I what a moment this is for you, because it's rare that girls fuck up this clearly, this obviously. Guys all the time. Like if we get this question from a girl, I think I don't think we'd be. It probably wouldn't be worth reading.
Her answer was a 1-2 punch of fuck you, because it was so good. Like, number one, it was so good. Like, fuck, like
good.
I can't fuck like that. Like,
I can't fuck like Jerry.
I can't fuck like Jerry. Like, I'm pretty good, but I'm not Jerry good. Not only was it fucking good, it was passionate. Those are the two key elements to good fucking, because it's got like there's got to be technical ability behind it. There's also got to be a little something, a little extra spice,
like interpretive dance. You got to know the craft, but the heart's got to be there too.
He was good at loving me. Jerry was.
Back in the long ago.
Terry, I don't know what to tell you, man. You done been wronged. You've been wronged. You need to be angry at her for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, why the fuck is she angry at you?
Why are you even thinking about this?
Terry.
Not Jerry.
Reboot. For the rest of your relationship, which I imagine will be about 2 weeks, whenever you guys get into a fight, just yell at her about her mind fucking her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, and you're with Jerry right now, aren't you? In your heart, you're with Jerry still. Not Terry, not me, but Jerry.
I know it's confusing.
But you're with Jerry in your heart. Recently, I was...
You want a Yahoo instead of the thing you're doing?
Yeah, that's why I started reading it.
This one was sent in by Nick Jensen. Thank you, Nick Jensen.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, it's by Yahoo Answers user Dean Windass. All right. Who asks, girls, what would you do if you accidentally sat on your ex? If it was your worst ex and you went to sit down on a chair and it was your ex's face that had been transformed into the seat of the chair by some magic experiment gone wrong.
What?
Yes.
When you sat down, his nose went up your bum like this, and then...
what?
And then Dean Windass has included 2 parentheses marks that are facing inward to each other, which I guess is supposed to be a butt crack. My butt crack doesn't, I don't know, it's not beveled? Is that the right word? Towards the ends?
Although my butt crack is where I keep asides.
Yeah.
So there were like parentheses in that sense.
What would you say when you realized it was him? This is a survey. Cool. Hey, did you guys recognize this as a survey? I hear 2010 census. I must have missed this one.
What would you do if your face was... Like, this is... First off, I don't know where the first off is. Your boyfriend's face was transformed. Was the rest of him transformed into a chair too? I mean, is that what we have to... Right? This is a person chair.
I'm thinking about that old lady from Doctor Who gets her face stretched out. Like, I think just that, and let's just throw that on a love seat.
This chair looks like Jerry. Terry, did you turn Jerry into a chair and trick me into sitting on it?
I like that he had to add the extra component of it's your worst ex, as though if it were anyone else, that would be completely fine.
Hey, honey. Hey, sweetheart. If you could sit on anyone's face who was turned into a chair by some magic experiment gone wrong,
and also, their nose would go up your bum.
Like this.
And you make parentheses with your hands.
Mine is George Lopez.
I like his comedy, but he also seems like a really good dad.
Yeah, and his skin is taut and leathery, and I like a chair with some firm support.
George Lopez, your face is very comfortable to sit on. I'm not a fan of your work, but I am enjoying sitting on your face. It's like massage beads that taxi drivers use.
If I had a chair that the seat of which was composed of George Lopez's face, could I call it Beverly Hills Chair Wawa?
I think so. I think that would be more than acceptable.
Can I make a movie called Beverly Hills Chair Wawa that's just a bunch of chairs instead of dogs?
Yeah.
I can do both of those things, but will I? Probably not. I'm a busy guy.
French Stewart getting transformed into a chair would actually be a bump for him. Yeah. That would be a big up.
To go from whatever he's doing
whatever
now.
The fuck it is he's doing to be
pretending to be a chair.
Yeah.
So I guess that answers that. What a fucking weird...
Yeah.
How about this? Yahoo answer? what do I do when I read a question from someone who's obviously insane? Like, obviously mentally unstable, that this is what they're pondering.
Diamond Mayweather responded and said, I'd jump up, apologize, then move to another seat. Well, of course.
Being more careful this time to check to make sure it's not a person.
And then
Oh,
send them
Jerry.
a polite sympathy note.
Cherry, I'm so sorry.
Cherry.
Please forgive me. I'm going to move over to that seat. It's got George Lopez's face on it, which I believe my Tookus will prefer.
9 out of 10 Tookus preferred George Lopez's face to Terry or Jerry. See, Jerry, that's an area that Terry can compete with Jerry in. Face comfort.
I have a friend named Badkins. I think he's probably listening to this right now. And he has this great pickup line where whenever he's at a bar or a party or something like that, he doesn't do this all the time. I don't want to make him sound like a grosso. But if a girl comes over and is like, hey, can I have a seat? And he says, sure. And he takes his glasses off and wipes his face down, as if to say, here you go. This is where it goes.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. Probably
good
never
move.
panned out. It's still just rife with comedy.
Yeah. Never worked. Someday. Keep the faith. Recently, I was volunteering at an event. I hit it off with a girl I was working with. I decided to ask her out to coffee, but put off to the last minute. By the time I was going to ask her, she was with a friend, and it felt weird asking her around her friend, and even weirder calling her away from her friend. I didn't end up asking her out. My question is, were those even borderline reasonable, or just poor excuses and bad habits? Thanks, Mitch.
I believe that's thanks, comma, Mitch.
Thanks, Mitch.
I think that those, they seem like good excuses at the time, but I think that it would be just absolutely like balling if you just walked up and said, listen, sorry to interrupt, and just asked her right in front of a friend. I think it would show like huge confidence and like, I think it would be a great start.
She would, if you got the guts to do it, she's going to look awesome in front of her friend.
Yeah.
What person doesn't want that?
I disagree.
Uh-oh.
That's rude. What are you going to do? Roll up there and be like, clam up! it's me time.
Maybe not that, but just walk over and say, I'm about to take off. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to see if maybe you wanted to grab coffee sometime.
Who wants to be pursued demurely, though? Who doesn't want that passion, that fire there?
So maybe just like run up and yell, clam up, and push her
Listen,
friend
I've been
out of the
trying to
way.
wait. I can't risk, losing this opportunity. I love you, and I want to get married to you.
Ooh. And then if she
Don't do
says
that.
no, turn to her friend and say, how about you?
How about you?
Yeah. Maybe just the old eeny meeny, miny mo.
I'm just laying them out on the table. As long as they're out here, would you like to pick them up? I mean, as long as I'm laying them out for you.
Trying to catch a sweet baby by the toe over here.
Eeny, meeny, miny, who gives a rat's ass? Let's both do it. Let's go, ladies. You and me, arm in arm.
Sex party, my place. Show you my eeny meeny.
You want to hook up to? You want to head up to CJ Maggie's? Let's hit the O'Charlie's. Get some onion frings. Just get down.
Sorry.
But at the end of the day, don't ever call someone away from their friend to ask them out because you look like an absolute creeper. Excuse me, just step over here real quick. I have something private to ask you.
I'm not sure you look like a creeper, though. I don't think that's
it's
fair.
creeper. I think that it just makes you seem like asking a man out something you're incredibly embarrassed about and something that like you wouldn't ever want anyone to know you were doing. I think it's creepy.
Hey, I have hemorrhoids and also I like you.
I like you very much. Don't tell Deborah.
Don't tell Deborah over there.
Don't tell Deborah, but we're in love.
She's got judgy eyes.
I hang out with 6 to 7 people every Saturday night. It's a busy night. We all go over to someone's house and then have dinner and play games and whatnot. 2 of these people are vegetarians. When I go over to their houses, I don't mind eating their vegetarian nonsense, but when they're coming over to my house, should I have to go out of my way to make some sort of vegetarian dish? Or should I tell them to fend for themselves as they would have done in the olden-timey days? Ryan.
It sounds like he should revise the beginning of his question and say, I hang out with
4 to 5
four to
people
five
every
friends
night.
every Saturday night and 1 to 2 vegetarian acquaintances.
Occasionally, after dinner, they join with us.
What I love about this is that the idea of some sort of vegetarian dish. Do you know what's a vegetarian dish? Vegetables. Like a salad. That's vegetarian right there.
What? First of all, that's wildly wrong. Everything you just said. There's so
nothing
much
you
other
just
food
said
that
there.
vegetarians
You're
can
just
eat.
like-
It's just
You're disqualifying yourself
Do
from
you
this whole
eat
discussion.
salads?
not everybody. Travis
Yeah,
operates
bitch,
in a
but like
universe.
bread too, stupid. Like, what are you talking about?
Travis puts like chorizo sausage on like 2 out of 3 meals of the day. Like your opinion when it comes to vegetarian matters just don't count.
True.
What I'm curious about is how telling them to fend for themselves in your apartment. Like, hey, there's some compost out back. Like, go nuts, go wacky back there. Maybe grow some bok choy. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love the fertile soils back there.
I think that if you're picking a dinner that you're going to make for people, I think that you shouldn't go out of your way to make something for them, but I think you should go out of your way to make something, not go out of your way, but try to choose a dish that would be easily convertible. You know what I mean? Don't serve meat noodles, for example, would be right out.
That's the thing.
Yeah, sure. like
Honestly,
noodles
is that
have-
what build your own, like, do a pasta thing where you add whatever you want to it? And that way people could do, like, meatballs, or they can just do the sauce or whatever they want. And that way it
That's-
fits everybody's lifestyle.
Yeah,
Do you think that Travis calls sausage meat noodles? That's basically what they are in a mind like his. A beautiful mind.
beautiful mind, like Russell Crowe and Russell Brand.
Crowe's movie.
What?
He did a movie. It's called Beautiful Mind.
Oh, that one. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, somebody did. Yeah. So I would serve something that's like convertible, that's easy to take the meat out, something easy to remove the meat from. Not like
Ask
with a
them,
syringe or whatever. Don't like chicken cordon bleu, and just give them a pile of breadcrumbs and some cheese. Like,
You guys
but-
eat croutons, right? Here's a bowl of croutons.
It's what you people eat, right? Travis told me you guys just eat vegetables. That's it. But yeah, I would. That's how, the way I would go. Hey, Griffin,
hey, what?
you ready to take a trip with me?
I mean, I've still got the stink of the sky on me because my plane just landed.
Your sky
got-
stink.
I've got a bit of sky stink still left on me, but yeah, sure. Let's go on a trip. Where to?
The Money Zone.
Okay,
So we're there.
we're there. We're
Are
here.
we there?
Oh, this is nice.
This is nice. I'm comfortable.
Crisp bills.
The chairs are much more expensive here. Is this? I believe it is George Lopez's face. So what we want to talk to you guys about is something that is close to mine and Griffin's hearts, and Travis, I suppose. That's video games. It's so rare we get to talk about video games here on My Brother and Me. And today we're talking about one called Kingdom of Loathing, or KOL if you're down.
Or cool if you pronounce your O's weird.
If you pronounce your O's wrong, then it's cool. Now, this is made by our friends at Asymmetric Publications, including the creator Zach Jick Johnson and the writer Josh Mr. Skullhead Knight. Josh Knight, I don't think you needed a nickname, but I think it's all right that you chose.
No.
it for yourself.
That's his Christian. That's his proper name.
His mom and dad named him Josh Mr. Skullhead Knight.
Josh Mr. Skullhead, all hyphenated
Well, that was
first
his
name.
that was his baptismal name. Like, that's the name he was given upon confirmation.
Sure. He was named after Pope Mr. Skullhead.
Now, Griffin, I don't think this is a hand drawn stick figure graphics,
Right,
And it has
which-
some surreal humor, some word play.
Don't let the stick figure thing turn you off, because these are some high quality stick figures.
Yeah, I mean, you are not gonna. You could tell the definitions there, even though they may be stick figures. You feel the emotion, you feel the passion.
You know how many
Sinew.
pixels? How many pixels does it support?
Easily 1 billion.
How many megs of RAM, Carmine?
There's probably a lot. They have tons of players.
And I was I was turned on to this game and played it for a while in college, way back when. It's been around.
Yeah, I did too.
For like eight years.
And it's still going strong. Now, Griffin, I like online multiplayer RPGs, but I don't have a lot of cash. Is that going to be a problem?
It is going to be a problem with other parts of your life because you need cash. We exchange cash for goods and services in this capitalist society that we all live in. But to play cool, or if you want Kingdom of Loathing, you don't need a goddamn motherfucking penny, bitch.
It's a free to play. A free as shit, I think, should be the new.
Free as shit.
It is free as fuck it, like so free. It's been in development for 8 years, with literally, we're told, tens of thousands of dumb jokes. We have not counted them ourselves, but that is what we are led to believe.
I have played it before. It's funny, and it's not funny in that way of like, it's not like internet meme funny. It's like, it's just funny. Like, it's a funny game. And you know what? Not only is it free, you play it in your web browser. Like, they could not have made this game easier to access unless they came to your house and put it in some sort of syringe and jammed it in your eyes.
Johnny Mnemonic. It's got a cool community and filled with a lot of neat people, and you can join them right now. You can just push some buttons on your keyboard. You will be whisked away to said kingdom.
Tell us the exact sequence of buttons, please.
KINGDOMOFLOATHING period COM enter key, or kingdomofloathing.com would also work if you are not into putting letters together. But go check them out.
Yeah,
totally.
And as a special treat for anybody who decides to do a promotion on our show, which if you want to do one, email Teresa at MaximumFun.org, and she'll give you the hot deets. You get a jingle.
All the best jingles have an intro, right?
Which all the best jingles have a smooth segue, which this is one of. Let's see. I didn't pre-pro this one.
This is not going good, I don't think, Griffin.
I need adventure and sticks. I don't have money to acquire the adventure and sticks I talked about. I'll go to cool.com. I can't go to cool.com because that is something else. I'll go to kingdomofloathing.com.
kingdomofloathing.com. Check it totally out. So, where were we? Yes. One of my closest friends is full of hatred. She's a really great person, and I just love her guts. But it's hard to constantly be around such negativity. Stay posy, our friend Justin Russo always says. But anyway, don't get me wrong. Every now and then, it's nice to have someone to vent with. But believe me when I say nobody wants that all the time. I don't know if she gets off on bitching about people or what. But lately, I've taken to saying, can we just not talk about this right now? And it's like she doesn't even hear me. She completely ignores it. I've explained it to her before. She just doesn't seem to realize that it's exhausting to be around someone so angry all the time. Like I said, she's a valued friend. And I just wish this one thing was different. Suggestions. Had it with hate? Wait, no. Let me try again. Suggestions? Had it with hate.
This is rough, man. Like, I can think of one or two friends off the top of my head that I just stopped hanging out with because they just brought me down all the time because it's all they talked about was negative shit. Like, that's not just one thing that's wrong with them. Like, if you are a categorically negative person, that affects every single aspect of your life, and it makes you not pleasant to be around generally.
Yeah. A lot of the times, I think the only way to go is like intervention kind of thing, because I don't think there's anything. It doesn't sound like there's anything you're doing that makes her hate everyone. So it's not like a behavior you have to change. But maybe I don't want
to sound like a downer, but I don't know how you intervene with that. Like, how do you tell somebody, like, hey, completely change your whole worldview, please?
You know how you got this worldview? Can you just flip that? Just put that to R for me.
Can you bust that worldview out and flip it and then reverse it?
Well, I think it's a matter of saying to her, like, hey, listen, you might not see it because you're so close to it, but you complain all the time. You might want to take a look at, like, your mental process and figure out why you're so unhappy. And once you do, get back to me.
Like, it's hard to be with you right now. It's hard to be around you right now because you are such a negative person. And I think you probably owe them that. I think you owe it to them to say, listen, I just can't take the negativity all the time, because that'll get up in you.
Yeah.
That will infect you.
That'll
And
build a
affect your
home.
day to day. It'll build a home inside you. Absolutely.
It's like that
Especially,
They Might
like,
Be
if you-
Giant song, "Make a Little Birdhouse in Your Soul," except it's not a birdhouse. It's like a shit house. It's like an outhouse. She's pooping in your heart, is what I'm saying, and you'll get septic if you let her keep doing it.
Right.
Especially if like everybody else sees that too, and all of a sudden now you're also getting associated with the negativity because you're with her all the time. So there's a certain amount of like, it just seems like a really like negative influence in your life on a lot of levels.
In fact, you know what? It's so negative. I say let's go on to the next question, because it's bringing me down.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting my heart shit in now.
Yeah. Why are you shitting in Ditto's heart? Come on.
Don't shit in his heart.
Look what your friend is doing now. You need better reason to cut ties? Shit in Griffin's heart.
That heart's already full of blood and egg yolk.
Griffin, you got a Yahoo for me?
I got like 4.
Hit me.
How about this? This one was sent in by Metal Gear Jim, which wasn't his Twitter name. That was his actual name on the email. So maybe it's by Yahoo Answers user John, who asks, "Could I take Tyra Banks?" John is 5'5", 130 pounds, and I don't work out. My GF just said that I wouldn't have a chance against Tyra.
What's the scrappiness? Like, is his scrappiness...
It doesn't include his power rating,
Yeah.
or anything. Like his special abilities or anything like that. But I gotta say, even if you were about 6 inches taller and like 20 pounds beefier, and you did work out, have you seen how fierce Tyra Banks is?
And
Look in her eyes.
and
She
plus, there's just her large like collection of knives that she carries on her person at all times.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we're talking about mono.
Oh, you're just like
mono.
hand to hand, like
Yeah, we're talking about a backstreet brawl. No chains, no pipes, just
Yeah.
the fists of a man named John and the fists of a supermodel named Tyra Banks.
Are there any holds barred?
Let me check. There is one hole barred.
Okay.
You can't say anything mean about her eyelashes because
Oh.
she's actually that's her weak point.
She's really sensitive about it. You also can't bring up the time she spent in Paris modeling with her mama, going from agency to agency, trying to find someone who will take her under her wing, because she gets very emotional about that.
She went through some shit in Gay Paris, and I think that hardened her to like.
People tell her, "Je will never m'appelle." I've heard her say that, just like that.
What's that? Can you translate? Can you use a quick Google translation?
I used Google Translation. It said, "You can't do this. We don't believe in you.
You
are
have
not
ugly
fierce enough.
eyebrowshes.
You have bad eyebrowshes." Was that the word?
Listen, I know.
That's how they say it in Paris. The eyebrowshes above your ears. Listen,
John.
Tyra Banks will come at you like a fucking Wolverine. Not
She
like
will.
Wolverine from X-Men, like a rabid Wolverine, and also kind of like Wolverine from X-Men.
Like both Wolverine from X-Men and like a rabid fan of Michigan.
But on the bright side, like the next day when you see your friends and they're like, "Oh my god, what happened to you?" You'd be like, "Oh, dude, Tyra Banks fucked me up."
She's got reach. First of all, she's got reach on you because she's a tall, beautiful lady. Her being beautiful has nothing to do with her reach. I just wanted to go ahead and put out the opinion that she is, in fact, an attractive woman. She's got nails, probably, right? That's safe to assume. They're probably
Weave.
sharp. And just the fierceness. We can't stress the fierceness enough.
Yeah, the
Once
fierceness-
you're down on the ground bleeding like a bloody heap, she's not going to stop. She will
What if-
literally kill you.
Do you think that he could take Tyra Banks if she were in her fat suit?
Oh, no way. Are you kidding me? You could kick her down a flight of stairs and she wouldn't even notice.
Could you take her in her hobo suit?
Yeah, her hobo suit, yes. Tyra also, it should be noted, has a weave, which is basically bionics. Right?
Unfair.
Man-made integration.
Good news, John. You won. She got disqualified.
She got disqualified for the use of bionics.
This is-
I like my best friend's girlfriend. I'm not a total douche, so I'm not going to try to steal her or anything. But I wonder how I could stop being interested in her. I can't talk to her just like another friend, and I can't stop seeing her because of my friend, says Salazar.
Why are you cheating on your best friend?
Why are you such a... No, I see what he's saying. I get it.
And I don't hear what he's saying because it sounds to me like he's Inception cheating on his best friend. Like, if you're dreaming about her, like, that shit's in your mind, and that counts. You lost already.
Salazar, I have a suggestion for you, and that is to try to find faults with her. Like, focus on the bad stuff.
Out
'Cause
loud.
sometimes, out loud, try to say, like, hey, you got shoulders like a quarterback to her. And you can just really just sort of throw a pipe bomb in there. Not literally, of course. Although, I mean, problem solved.
You've got eyebrowshes like Tyra Banks.
You've got T-Banks eyebrowshes. And that's not a compliment. I don't know what your eyebrow culture is in your area, but it is not a positive.
I hear what you're saying, but unfortunately, she has no faults.
Oh.
She's so perfect, and Salazar is in love with her, and maybe she's in love with him too, and maybe they have to break that sacred bond so that they can be happy for the rest of their lives.
Or maybe he could imagine her pooping, because
Maybe
if
you can
do that-
imagine her pooping. See, I didn't want to say that because we have a pretty strict non-scatological rule for our show, but if you can...
If you
can
think I
think
will
about it.
break that rule to help someone,
But
you're
guess what,
crazy.
dog? What if you flip it and you imagine her pooping and then you love it?
Oh God! Now you have a crush on your boyfriend and you're dirty. And no one likes you anymore because you're dirty.
Salazar, you're on a tightrope, and
Salazar,
I think you should just
dirty.
keep on walking till you make it to the other perch.
I think you're
doesn't
doing
make
it.
sense.
You're already ahead of the game because you've already like made the decision that you're not gonna try anything, which is great. So, you know,
That's good too. But if you've the harder you try to not be in, have you never seen a Renee Zellweger movie? Like, the
true.
harder you try to not be into her, the harder you're gonna be into her.
the best thing to do, and it sucks because it sounds like a non-starter, but you need to just stop thinking about her. You need to just. It's not
Can
gonna
you do
happen.
that? He's
It's
in
not
love
a
with
thing.
her.
He loves her, Travis.
Listen, Salazar, have you considered going to her front door and ringing it? And also, the boyfriend lives there too, and she comes down, and you have a boombox, and you're like, "Say it's carolers," and she's like, "It's carolers," and then you hold up signs that actually tell her how you feel. And then when you walk away, she runs up and she kisses you, and she says, "Merry Christmas." She runs back inside, and you're like, "Okay, I guess I'm not in love with her anymore." Hey, love, actually, that's a stupid fucking conceit, by the way. That's a dumb part of your fucking stupid movie. I love you so much. Here's this big romantic gesture. Oh, I kiss you. We're done.
But I'm out.
Peace. Dip.
I'm out. 2011. I'm out. I'm done.
Salazar, do all those things, and maybe it'll work. Movies
Yeah,
seem
if
to
you
do.
learn how to control the human heart, you get right back to us, friendo. Hey, would it be out of line for me to ask a girl for her number after only the first time I meet her? What's happened to me a few times is that I'll ask the girl if she wants to grab lunch sometime, and then give her my number without asking for her, since I feel like I'm putting her in a less awkward position. But most of those times, they never get back to me, waiting by the phone.
If you feel like you're putting her in an awkward position, why are you speaking to this person? Like, it should be a pleasant thing to plan dates and exchange phone numbers.
Waiting by the phone, you got something to offer. This isn't a two-way street. You're not putting anybody in an awkward position. Offering a chance to go out on a date with you, you're fun.
It is the year of our Lord 2011.
Yeah.
Everyone's already connected as fuck, right? I'm
Yeah.
connected to every single person
Yep.
in some way. Some ways more tangential than other. Just ask for a fucking number. It's not like you're asking her to move in with you. You're not asking her to get life insurance policies together. Is that a thing you can do?
Yes.
I don't know. You just ask for a number. What's the big deal? Maybe you'll call her.
The thing is giving her your number is really passive. It doesn't cause anything to happen, but getting her number is an active step that shows interest, and that you then, can control the situation instead of sitting at home waiting for them to call you.
If she doesn't want to give up your number, then if she doesn't want to give her a number, she's not down.
Yeah, she ain't
She's
down.
just trying to get it to end, get the time to end.
And so then you don't have to worry about it, if it's okay to ask her for it or not, because if she's not down, then you don't lose anything. You're not going to fail because she said no. And you go, okay, well, I tried. And you walk away and you move on to the next attempt.
There is not everybody right now. Go into your mind, Inception style. Get rid of the fear of being turned down, because you know what? That can't hurt you. Nobody ever died from it. You
I
get
tell you what-
tougher and cooler.
I'm still afraid of it, but that's only because I'm batting 1,000. I'm pitching a perfect game.
You've never been rejected, so
I've stolen every base I've tried to steal. I've baseball metaphored every baseball metaphor. And I'm
Everyone-
afraid that one errant pitch one errant baseball will fuck up my whole streak.
Yeah. I understand that completely. I get it.
And also, I'm just like a really polite, like, nice guy. I'm not saying that to toot my own horn. It's real talk. And I don't want to put a lady in a position where she has to come up with an excuse not to give me her number. That's fucked up. When I said it out loud, it sounded more fucked up than it was in my head.
Well, then
I don't want her to have to struggle to be
all...
like, I'm just so busy with work right now that I can't give you my phone
Well, I think
number.
we should all just enter into a social contract with each other that it's okay for a guy to say, hey, can I get your number? And it's okay for the girl to say no.
Yeah, see, if a girl said
okay.
no, if a girl said no, then I would be, like, happier than if she was like, well, I don't know, because my aunt, bloop, 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 like...
Bloop, 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 lie.
Like,
So
if you
just
lie to me,
know.
I just feel bad because I made you lie. I made you sin,
Hey,
and now you have to go to hell. Peace
Waiting
out.
by the phone, I think you should also probably get a little bit better at figuring out if people are in. If people are into it. If people are feeling your flavor. Because I'm not sure you are super great at that yet.
You'll get there.
You'll get there. Also, girls don't call guys.
What up?
Sorry. That's society. You got to get on the hunt. Pursue with vigor and passion.
Also-
and don't wait for her to finish her conversation with her friends.
Also, asking someone if they want to grab lunch is a passive thing that friends do. Ask her to dinner, ask her to a movie, ask her on a real date.
Ask
Her to her.
Ask her to hold lunch.
Hold. Ask her to have sex with you today.
Hey, I've got a Yahoo answer. Do you want to hear it?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
It was sent in. This is incredible. It was this exact question was sent in by both Mike Bachman and Jacob Blocker.
You two get married.
Heavy ass hitters in the Yahoo Answers submission game that we all met. We met both of them at PAX East this past weekend, and
I suspect them of juicing.
they're probably juicing. They're probably on a little bit of some anabolic steroids just to get their humor muscles toned up.
Yeah.
They are as handsome as their submissions. I will say that. This question it's written by Panda Coley, who asks, "Is this weird for brothers?" It's right in our wheelhouse, right?
No, sure, I guess. I'm going to say that now.
My twin brother and I take baths together because my mom wants to save money. Smart, right? We are 17, and it seems a little weird now compared to when we were young. Do you think this is weird or not?
What are those ages again?
They're twins, so we're assuming that they're the same age. Although it'd be even weirder if they weren't. Like, I'm 20 and he's 8. They're 17.
17.
Why is it taking you
twins.
this long to wonder if that's weird?
You
Hey,
just got
Mommy?
the internet.
Hey, Mommy, we both can't fit in the bathtub anymore because we have grown human adult bodies, Mommy.
Hey, Mommy, we're full-grown humans.
There's no way that you can stack us in here like Tetris blocks that we're not going to touch.
Our parts will touch. There's no bathtub big enough to have a naked shower with your 17-year-old brother. That's fat. That's
Hey, dude,
fact.
it's not a shower, it's a bath. When you take a bath, you're making soup out of your grossness. You're making
If I
soup
ever
out of
open like a bathroom fixture store and I sell like
Or a
tubs
soup store.
or a soup store, I'm going
Or a
to
bathhouse.
advertise my large tubs as big enough for 2 full-grown 17-year-old males.
The
Trust
problem
me.
is when you're in a bath, which is already pretty gross, you're just making broth. You're making Todd broth or Zach broth. I'm making
You're making
Zach
your
broth.
own gravy.
When you get Tony up in there, that's officially a stew, and that's unacceptable.
Okay, wait. I have this all figured out. The mother is not a weirdo. The mother started selling Todd and Tony stew
Yeah.
when they were little kids, and now she doesn't know how to cut off that revenue stream.
This is oaky. Somebody's been playing soccer.
This is getting better with age. I love this stew. You have to give me your secret recipe, Tammy. I can't.
It's a
Todd and
dash of
Tony.
Todd, a dash of Zach, and just like a whole bunch of weirdness that they are never going to recover from.
Just can't recover from this
You
stew.
can really taste the scarring.
The two things that aren't going to recover from this stew are your hunger and Todd and Tony. Those are the two parts that will never make a comeback.
What's the age? What's the cutoff? Can we come up with this right now, and then we can send it to Panda Coley and just be like, you need to turn your mom into the fucking police?
5.
Yeah, 5.
You think once you come off the tee, like once you come off the, I would say once you're off the tee, not that I was on the tee at 5, come on. I'm saying like off the tee, off the brother's lap in the bathtub, you fucking weirdo. Get off of there.
I would say that as soon as you're old enough to no longer need a spotter, like if you're afraid of like drowning in the bathtub, make sure there's someone else in there.
Okay, but wait a minute. We'll wait just a second, because that life is like a recursive. It's like a snail shell. And once you get to be like 80, you need a spotter again. Can we start throwing 80-year-olds in the same bath?
Yeah.
2 80-year-olds.
And they shrink, too. Like, they get better.
They do. Old people are basically shrinky dinks that you put in the bathtub, and then you got a full.
And you look at their shrinky dinks.
I can debate the number as far as age a little bit. I can give you some wiggle room, no pun intended. But if I have to put a firm wall on pubes. In fact, the T-shirt says, "If you see a hair, you can't be there." That's the rule for me on bathtubs. Like you can't. At that point, no dice.
What about? Can we put an old dude and like a baby in the same bathtub? Like an 85-year-old.
Well, but then I feel like that's unfair to the baby, because if the old man goes down, what's the baby supposed to do? Baby can't save that old man. He doesn't have the lung strength.
Man.
What if we get a baby, an old man, and a 17-year-old all up in the same bath?
And then you gotta get them all to cross the river from one bath to the next.
And the baby, the old man will eat the baby.
Yeah, no question about that. He's confused.
The 17-year-old will eat the grain. You have 2 rafts. Go.
Go. Solve it. Hey, I want to hear Griffin's last question. But first, I want to say thank you to everybody we met at PAX East this weekend. You were total sweethearts. We saw so many My Brother and Me shirts. We saw our friend Brental Floss was there. He put on a great show. And you guys were all so nice and genuine. It made me really look forward to April 17th.
What up? Because it's my birthday, 24.
We'll be in Chicago. And we'll be doing My Brother and Me live, opening up for Jordan Jesse Go. What's up? Are you there? Yeah, I should say so. Tickets are going to be way affordable. They're going to go on sale soon, I would imagine.
We'll let you know. We'll
let you know. Follow us on Twitter and keep checking Maximum Fun. But
that really is my birthday, by the way, and we are going to go out afterwards and get silly.
We're going to get slizzard.
We are going to get our wasty faces on.
We gonna get our dicks wet. I don't know, because we're going to a water slide.
We're gonna make it so wet. We're gonna go to the Old Town Ale House, and we're gonna go on a water slide, because those are all over the place here in Chicago.
Yeah, just streets are littered with them.
I rode a water slide all the way from O'Hare to my apartment.
Keep your focus on My Brother and Me. mbmbam.com, at mbmbam on Twitter. And we will let you know all about tickets and everything, but it's going to be off the chain, off the hook, off the chunk. Right. So right. If you want to get in touch with us, go to mbmbam.com. Right there in text, you'll see our email address. We have a voicemail that you can call. What's that number, Griff?
It's 203-MBAM1.
Yep. And you can call us for questions and stuff. Again, we can't thank you guys enough for your support with the Maximum Fun Drive.
Holy shit.
We had a couple people who, groused a little bit. Most of you were just so generous and gracious about the whole thing. We seriously, it's the best.
If you donated and you haven't listened to all the other shows, now is the best time to do so, because you're supporting them. They're your shows. They're your shows. Go listen to them. Go give them a listen. Subscribe and shit. I don't know how podcasts work. I just make them.
That's all there is to it. Hey, Griffin.
Hey.
I'm ready. Oh, one more time, just to remind you, go check out kingdomofloathing.com if you haven't. Go do it right now.
It's free.
Right this second.
It's free as fuck.
So fucking free. Do it.
Oh, man. How about this? This one was sent in by Jackie or Jacques Ronan. There's a Q and a U in there. I'm just spitballing. It's by Yahoo Answers user Zoraz, who says, Quidditch for dogs? Is this true?
It's Justin McElroy.
That is Travis McElroy.
This is Griffin McElroy.
This has been My Brother and Me.
The McElroy brothers are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Travis
And Sydney said, that looks like that reminds me of that scene in Bruce Almighty. And I told her I hadn't seen it. And she proceeded to, over the next 7 minutes, relate the entire plot of Bruce Almighty to me. I never egged her on. I never said, do tell me more. Like the whole plot. And then at the end, I said, well, that was everything that happens in Bruce Almighty, I guess.
I'll tell you what's so surprising to me about that story, Justin.
Tell me.
I'm surprised, not that your wife went through the pains to tell you what happens, but that it took her 7 whole minutes.
I know. Well, there's a lot.
He gets god powers from Morgan Freeman, and he fucks up with him, and then he gives them back, and he learns lessons.
You know, you're ignoring the lessons, though. She went into some of the specific lessons that he picks up along the way. And then she said, and at the end, she said, well, now I guess we're all ready to see Evan Almighty, which I don't plan on doing that either. This is My Brother and Me. It's an advice show for the modern era. I am the eldest McElroy, Justin.
And I am Travis.
And I Griffin. I wanted to sound like a knight.
We take your questions and we turn them into wisdom. Let's do it. My life sucks.
Oh.
Here are a few examples why I feel that way. I'm unmotivated. I work at Target and I never have any money. I would like to go to school and get my education papers so that I can do more of the things I want to do in my life. Problem being that I've been to school for a year and dropped out both semesters in a row because of frequent gravity bong usage. My depression drove me to move across the country, but I'm even more confused. What should I change so I can quit this wretched job? Kyle.
Kyle?
Kyle, you just gotta step it back. You gotta walk. You know that part, footprints, where it's like, where there's a single pair, that's where I carried you? If you look at your footprints, the parts where they kind of go astray and wander into the ocean, or where you set a gravity bong down there.
And then there's a Kyle-shaped indent in the ground. That's where you fell down.
And just took a nap for a while.
Just took a nap for a while, and then you wandered into the Target Ocean.
All of these things, unmotivated, that you just, you can control that. You work at Target. You can control that. You never have any money. You can control that. Like, all of these things are within your reach.
There seems to be one keystone in place.
It's this heavy gravity bong that he's using for dubers. Do you guys know what a gravity bong is? Can someone explain that to me?
Sure.
You jump off a building, and as you're falling,
it's the most extreme kind of bonging you can do.
I mean, I don't know what it means, but it seems like every bong is a gravity bong, right?
Well, no,
there's an anti-gravity bong.
No, there's like a
see that would be fucking rad.
It's like you put a bottle of marijuana in a bucket, I think, and then as the smoke goes up, there's a change in air pressure, and the bottle floats with the weed in it. I don't know. I'm not a.
Is this
I don't.
real?
I don't do this.
I'm gonna throw you an answer that I think maybe if you add 2 letters to an important word in this question, you can change it. Maybe instead of
Targeter.
frequent gravity bong, infrequent gravity bong usage.
Yeah.
I have an occasional.
An irregular schedule of gravity bong usage.
You can still hit the grav every now and then, but not Monday through Friday and then twice on Saturdays, but every other Sunday.
Just pretend. Just say like, "Hey, did I do my homework? Well, it's time to gravity bong."
Mm-hmm. So that's it. You set up a reward system. Like, I just ran 2 miles. Time to grav bong. And then you grav bong, and then it probably cancels out whatever.
But whatever you do, don't reward yourself before you do something. Like, I think I've decided to go for a 2-mile run. Mm-hmm. I'm so proud of myself. I'm going to hit this gravity bong, and then
I'm going to have my dessert first. No, don't do that.
It's like sneaking a present on Christmas Eve, except you get high, I guess. You get high and you don't do anything, and then you work at Target. Nothing wrong with working at Target, by the way. I think it's the most high class of all, mega retailers.
I think so, definitely. I met a wonderful.
They got
girl.
Isaac Mizrahi stuff.
Yeah, it's really nice. Some Todd. What's that guy? Todd
Oldham.
The skinny
Todd
guy.
Oldham.
Todd Oldham gear. I met a really wonderful girl with lots of wonderful qualities and similar interests to my own, but there is a catch. She's about 7 years younger than me. I'm just out of college. We're both of legal age, but I am still worried about the social implications of dating someone who's a good deal younger. I don't want everyone to think I'm some creeper. Would pursuing such a relationship be condemnable or commendable? Scared of disapproving looks.
I'm trying to. This is like one of those brain teasers. There's like, there are 3 brothers, and one is, Joey's older than Todd, but younger than
Right.
Roger.
So
I'm trying to figure out what these ages are.
It's
let's
gotta
say, like,
be somewhere between, if she's still in college, it's got to be between 18 and 25 or 22 and 29. Either way, bro, you're not fresh out of college.
Yeah, the freshness, the shine has come off that apple officially.
He might be just out of college, but it may have taken him a little longer than it would for a regular Joe.
Maybe he's a doctor.
Maybe he's a doctor.
Didn't think about that.
And if you're a doctor, like, this is the expected behavior here.
Or maybe he's following the Kyle path through college.
Yeah.
Take that, Kyle.
Take that.
You were taking a grab bong hit while we said that, and you choked on it.
You choke on your graph bong smoke, Kyle. So if you take the existence of the universe, and as long as a football field, the existence of humanity would be the width of one blade of grass at the very end of the end zone. So when you think of it that way, 7 years is, scientifically speaking, nothing.
When you put it that way, I want to go fuck everything that moves and jump off of a bridge because it doesn't matter. Don't think of it that way. Whatever you do, don't think of it that way.
Your life is meaningless. Whatever you do is just a breath in the wind.
It is, you know what? In the great cosmic sense, maybe. So if you are happy, if she makes you happy, go for it.
What's the point of us giving advice anymore if we're just saying that we're blades of grass on a football
field? Life is empty of consequence.
Kyle, buy an extra gravity bong and do it twice as much, I guess.
Kyle, sell us your gravity bong.
I would say that the difference isn't the age, and it's not even the maturity. It's just like life experience. And so I believe the person that someone is when they're like 18 is a completely different person most of the time than they are by the time they're like 23. Like,
yeah, but like if you're talking action items, was he supposed to dump her because she might suck in a few?
No, I'm just saying, like, that is why I think people disapprove of it. I don't think it's inherently the age. I think it's like you're taking advantage of someone inexperienced. So, like, F it.
Here's the thing. Yeah, right now, like 7 years probably seems a pretty wide gap. When you're 80 and she's 73, still no one wants to see you kiss. I mean, that's all there is to it.
I'm gonna be honest. I never want to see anybody kiss.
Really?
Yeah, like maybe in a movie or like at a wedding, or there are a few acceptable occasions. I was at a concert this past weekend. I was at South by Southwest. Yeah, and there was this couple standing in front of me, like every, like, no joke, 45 seconds to a minute and a half, they would turn to each other and just like kiss deep and hard, and that's no good.
That's good. Nobody wants to see that.
So I guess the advice there is date her, but don't let anybody know about it.
Just keep it like a secret.
Keep it like a deep secret.
Griffin.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I need, boo.
This one was sent in by Matthew Oden. Thank you, Matthew Oden. It's written by Yahoo Answers user Starhawk Mystery.
Good. Good start.
Go on. That's an old family name.
Who asks, and this question's short, so don't blink or you'll miss it.
Okay.
How strong is a girl's bond with her horse?
Like, jeez.
Like empirically? Like,
you want me to put a number on it?
Okay, so you want to talk about like an
what kind of
bond.
dynamic force can it take before it snaps?
Yeah, in newtons, please.
Yeah. What kind of gravitational pull is that horse putting out?
If I were to put that horse in a gravity bong, what kind of water displacement would there be?
Eureka! I've discovered. I put a horse in my gravity bong. I'm really, really high now, but
You put your gravity bong on my horse. You put your horse in my gravity bong.
Two great tastes that get this horse fucked up as shit.
My bond is pretty good with you, but if I could put my mouth on your snoot and suck pot out of it, I would pretty much. It would be like super strong, like really, really strong.
I don't know that there's a bond stronger than that between a girl and her horse.
Mm-hmm. Especially if she lost her virginity
unless, like, you sewed the girl and the horse together.
Yeah, that would be pretty strong, I think.
What is the strength of a bond between a girl and her centaur?
How about? Do you want to hear some answers? Let's see what other people said because there are 24 of them.
Oh, good. Oh, good. You know, that means that someone looked at it and said, those 23 people are sort of describing how strong a bond between a girl and a horse is.
Let me
but
see
not
if I can
quite.
get this more on the nose.
Let me see if I can hone this down to the real truth.
If you love horses, then as stronger as anything else in the world. If they are money makers, then nothing is there.
But
So if you love
not quite
horses
sure
but
what
hate...
that-
so, like, if the horse has a job,
Yeah. So if you love horses but hate making sense, then you'll probably be really into horses.
All the girls I know that have horses have small feet, and they would rather ride their horses than ride their man. So I guess a woman's bond with her horse is perhaps obsessive.
What kind of porn was this guy searching for?
He
stumbled onto this question.
Hey, listen. He provided he provided us with empirical evidence to support his assertion that women love horses more than men. And that
Anybody
is that
else?
they have small feet.
Are there any answers from horses?
just one that says, like, I'd like to stay out of this.
How about this? No, I think this was written by a horse. Very strong. Jake and Christy act like mother and son. No, really, they do. He waits for her every night to get there, and she brings him a peppermint candy and a carrot or apple.
Hey, how was your childhood? It was pretty dope. Every night my mom would visit me, and she would bring me a peppermint or an apple, and then she would brush my hair and ride me. So I guess it was a pretty good childhood, I guess. Just like a mother and son, she visits him nightly and brings him an apple.
Guys, I think that this person is writing equestrian fan fiction.
I'm going to throw out the...
On the Yahoo Answers, comment section on a question. This is officially the saddest thing that exists on the internet.
In this circumstance, not always, but in this circumstance, a side is really, really necessary. Who the fuck are Jake and Christy?
Who are Jake and Christy? We don't know them just because you do. That's not how the internet
And
works.
even better, if it was like a strange name, if it was like, Bloobity Blue and Schmapkity Bat. Okay, great, it's made up people. But Jake and Christy is like, do I know Jake and Christy?
Which one's the
both know
horse?
this Jake and Christy?
Which one's the horse? Tell me that.
That's a good question.
Is Jake and Christy the horse's name? Because that might be like an okay, racing horse name.
That would be pretty good because it's like the running speed of two people.
Yeah. There isn't a word. Horses are basically, if you think about it, horses are just two people.
Yeah,
Right?
They are.
Because
They're two people with a long neck.
Are you
Four
thinking of like a
legs.
Halloween costume?
I'm thinking of no, I'm talking about the actual physiology of a horse.
Oh,
Sure.
4 legs, right?
Right.
Double length torso, double length neck, double length face.
Big
hair,
teeth.
Teeth.
Yeah.
We have those.
Jumping.
4 eyeballs.
Yeah. What?
And 2 buttholes.
There
Mr.
isn't-
Ed was a pretty weird show.
There isn't a word or a million words that could even come close to describing it.
Is there not? Are there not a million words?
Let's see if we can drop 100 right now.
Oh my god.
Strong, potent, meaningful,
million
robust,
words.
horseman.
This is my 20 novel series. It doesn't about how much horses love women and how strong their bond is. It doesn't come close.
I wish it came close, but I can't seem to quite get there. Maybe another
Plumb
million
these depths
words.
enough to really ram it home.
Hey, have you ever read Secretariat? Yeah, that bitch is 700 pages long. Nice try, author of Secretariat.
Yeah, nice. Not no dice.
Not close and no cigar.
I don't feel comfortable replying thank you when I have sneezed and someone says bless you. I don't know why I should thank them, since I have no affiliation with any religion. It seems strange to be considered okay to say bless you to anyone who sneezes. I've tried just not sneezing, but sometimes it is impossible. What should I do in this situation? I usually say nothing. JZ.
Why?
I would yell, how dare you?
You bitch.
I didn't know that we marketed our show to heathens.
I thought it was mainly religious. Good
People. Good folk.
Christian people.
Why don't
It's
you just take the power that blessing gives you? Blessings are imbued with power. You do understand that, right? When someone says bless you, they're not just
being congenial. They're giving you power.
Power. They're giving you abilities. I think
They're giving you super abilities that you can use, but only when the supermoon's out. Once every 17 years, you harness all the sneeze blesses you get, and you can channel them into energy balls. Pyrokinesis.
I mean, why do you give a shit? Like, I mean, it doesn't. The person's doing it to be polite. It's a social custom more than it is sort of a religious one. And you're not. I mean, it's derived from like people thinking the devil is jumping out of you when you sneeze. Like, I don't think those people say that, believe that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they think.
Do you know the real reason for it?
That's the real reason.
That's not it.
Sure, it is.
Not quite.
What do you think?
I thought it was because when you sneeze, your heart stops and you die temporarily. Like your heart
die
stops
for a second.
You can't. Your heart can't beat while you're sneezing, so it stops for a second.
Okay.
And people say bless you in case it doesn't start back up again. So then if you die, A, you get to go to heaven, and B, when you get there, you have super abilities.
That's also why anytime anyone sneezes, I yell, I get hysteria.
Yes.
I just Wikipedia'd it. There are apparently differing definitions.
That's one of them, though. I don't think that people were like soup's dumb back in the day. Like, I understand that, but I don't think they were ever wacky enough to think that when you sneeze, a little bit of the devil jumps out of you. Out of your
That's
face.
what they thought.
Griffin, I hate to bring it to you, but that's absolutely true.
Sure it is.
That it was a demon escaping your body.
Well, then why would they say bless you? Why wouldn't they be like, hey, you got that demon out, high five me?
To keep the demon from going back in.
Well, then why didn't people just like cover their nose and mouth all the time, like to keep demons from getting in? People back in the day were so fucking dumb.
They didn't know anything. They're so stoops. I think that you just say it and you take the compliment. It's like we've talked about, I think, before. I don't know if we've touched on this before, but like if you're at a meal where someone blesses the meal as part of their culture, like you don't wait till everybody has their head bowed in their silence room and go bullshit, or like
I'm out.
This is or just like wait till they're in mid prayer and then cut like a totally raunchy toot or something. You respect it. You know, you don't just disregard it if it's important to those people. And this isn't even a religious thing. It's like
who says like, bless you for religious reasons? Like when you sneeze, no one's moved by the Holy Spirit to say. It's just something you say. It's just
like,
a reaction.
Like in God we trust is written on our money. You don't like tear that up and throw it in the face of hope.
How many people do you think have been converted thanks to just like a really friendly like post sneeze like message like achoo,
right.
Bless you. What? I've got good news.
I'm glowing with the Spirit.
I have such good news. Well, okay, listen, is this something we can market? Is this something we can capitalize on? Can we come up with a non-denominational like sneeze exchange that you can say that both the sneeze recipient and the sneezer can say?
Let me hit you with this. What about if someone sneezes, you look them down the eye and say, ah, you sneezed. Because that's what you're saying.
When you say bless you, you're saying, hey, I caught you.
Caught you sneezing.
What about this one? I've seen better.
That's pretty
Now,
good.
see, I think we need to keep any evaluation out of it because that's just going to be too complex. This needs to be something you can just like bang, like something you just get out on the go on an airplane.
What about gross?
I kind of like that.
Gross. Stop it.
What about, can we try yucky?
Ugh.
Your
do you think-
snot's getting out.
Should we keep it monosyllabic?
Hanky. Need a hanky. Sleeve it.
Sleeve it. That's good.
Next time, for me, sleeve it. Also, everybody knows that you're supposed to cough and sneeze into your elbow now, right? Feels weird. That's the thing to do.
All right,
That's
so
what the
maybe
CDC says.
maybe instead of saying any one thing, we can just deliver tips to that person on how they can sneeze better.
Yeah, and then we can record it for like 45 minutes. Podcast. Done.
Jason,
Done.
I'm going to give you one last bit of advice. The next time someone says to you, bless you, look at them and go, no, bless you. And then walk away as quickly as you can.
I'm not comfortable with this War on Christmas-esque thing that's going on in this podcast.
Yeah, this war on Gesundheit. You know all the blessing I need, Griffin?
You need the the one you do before you eat dinner at a fancy restaurant, so you look impressive in front of all your friends. That's really the only one you need because it gets.
Well, I also need a free trip to the Money Zone.
What?
Let's get paid. Like I need a better liner. The guys that Stop Podcasting Yourself, they have a fun little song they sing about paying the bills and being grown up.
We sing a song at the end of our thing.
That's something.
And
You're
by
right.
we, I mean me.
This podcast.
You guys
is
could
bullshit.
really start pulling your weight during the jingles.
This podcast is bullshit.
Yep.
How do I know? Because there's a much better podcast.
There are several, but
There
we're
are
going to talk
several.
about one that paid us to talk about it.
Yeah. That's not why we're doing it. You're ruining the fourth wall. The Lion in Tweed is the story of a college professor of economics and sound studies who plays folk music on the side. He is also a lion.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that should be enough of a commercial right there, because if you hear that and you don't start heading to the lionintweed.com right now, then you're a monster, I think.
My favorite, I like that it's pretty meta. It's an episodic musical podcast of fictionalized life. Like, it's made up on so many different levels about, a lion.
Here's one of the selling points. Here's one of the bullet points we were provided. It's a well-groomed lion stuffed into a corduroy blazer and bootcut jeans. Okay, cool.
This
I'm
is
there.
the skanky, threadbare lion you're used to.
And this isn't like
well-groomed lion.
This isn't like a Chester cheetah. We're not talking about like a rude dude with tons of tude. We're talking
This is
about
the guy you'd invite over.
this is a classy college professor that you can sit around with. You can talk about Proust, and maybe once the night comes up, hit that gravity bong, because you know how
You and the lion. You know how professors.
you know
are.
how college professors.
There's artwork by Rinston Roundtree of the webcomic Subnormality. And is described as a new model of music on the internet with focus on the podcast as performance, kind of like what Max Fun does with comedy.
I really dig that. I always think I love music, I love podcasts. I can't listen to both at once, or it's cacophonous.
Yeah.
It's just cacophony, and they have blended the two. They blended the two together.
I love this, and you will too. Go to thelionintweed.com, follow him on Twitter. He's at the Lion in Tweed, or subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. If it's just the Lion in Tweed.
Have you listened to the first episode that's up yet? Have you listened to it? I want to know how much. I listened to a few minutes of it when I was at South by Southwest, but I didn't have time to really digest it. How much devouring goes on? How many people does he devour throughout the course?
I've yet to hit any devourages.
See, that seems disingenuous. The
that needs
podcast is
to-
really great, and it's doing some groundbreaking things with music comedy fusion, but I need some wholesale devourment.
Maybe they wanted to include more of that, but while they were making the website, it just got too hard, or boring, or maybe even frustrating. Maybe there was a lot of a bunch of weird tech issues they had to deal with. Maybe there were some problems with PHP,
Is this
CSS,
HTTP? I don't understand it.
I don't know how any of this works, but I do know one thing, Griffin.
What's that?
I know how Photoshop works.
Yeah, that one's
I'm a
easy.
Photoshop. You want to put a baby's head on a man's body? I'm there. Man's head on a baby's body? I got you.
Do you want to
Don't
take
resort
my
to
face?
grotesque surgery.
Do you want to take the cover to the movie Space Jam and cut my face out and put it on the front of everybody else's faces on the cover of Space Jam?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Problem.
did do that already, so don't
No
don't
need
waste your
for
time.
that. If you know how to use Photoshop, then you can use the Photoshop plugin called SiteGrinder 3. It's made by Media Lab. Another Max Fun listener, Tom Summerall, makes this, and it is just that. It is a Photoshop plugin that lets you turn your Photoshop designs into finished websites, real, honest-to-God websites, not just like a picture you click on. They've got content management, edit everything, e-commerce you can add, and soon you'll even be able to make WordPress themes with it too.
I know we
then
don't.
Eventually, it will become sentient and kill you in your sleep.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know we don't advertise bullshit, but this sounds like some phony baloney wizardry. This sounds like a wizard made it.
That's the last bullet point. Actually, made up.
Made up by a wizard.
Not extant.
It's. I mean, it seems like you. This is like, you can't turn a Photoshop into a website. Think about it. You can't turn a fruit by the foot into a digital picture frame. Like
That's the tagline. Actually, it says, "Hey, you dumb motherfucker, you can do this now."
hey, dumb fuck. You know how you go to websites and you're like, I remember these.
That's last gen. You can even make awesome Facebook fan pages in Photoshop. You go to MediaLab.com or SiteGrinder.com, and you can learn more about these. Or go to LineandTweet.com if you're hopping around the net. Go to both.
Mm-hmm.
Treat yourself to both of these, and you might end up crafting a jingle that goes exactly like
Oh shit!
this.
It's just gonna be tricky because I gotta.
Wait, you might have a jingle that goes just like this.
Gotta mash them up. It's a mashup.
I'm trying to lead you in here. I want to give
Here's
you
a
one more
mashup.
time.
Girl talk. Shit. The lion in tweed is a friend indeed, and he's also a podcast too. Shit, no, fuck, lost it. All right, that's a good start. Here we go. The lion in tweed is a friend indeed, and he's also a podcast too. And the lion in time is a fine feline, but don't let him devour you. I gotta do something about Media Lab. I made a Photoshop with me and my best friend Michael Jordan. Actually, it was me and Michael Jordan and the cast of Space Jam. It was called Me and Space Jam. I gotta do another verse.
Second verse, we actually talk about the shit.
Didn't even mention a thing. All right, here we go. I took me and Space Jam, and I turned it into a website using Media Labs Site Grinder technology. You can visit it at GriffinSpaceJam.com. That was the worst.
For fear of dwelling too long in
I
the
have
money
done
zone.
so many.
Griffin,
of those
what exactly is what is the website for? What are you doing there? At the Space Jam website.
Oh, is it just for your Space Jam fan fiction?
There's a story about me and Michael Jordan. Another story about that same topic.
Listen,
What
I
is
got
it
on a hot
about?
streak. I was trying to find the exit off of that musical highway, and I missed it. And then I just had to keep going on the Michael Jordan Express.
You had no other choice.
Oh,
What could you
fuck.
do?
Jesus.
Oh, man, I'm going there right now. GriffinSpaceJam.com. So thanks to our friends for helping us to support the show.
You're
if you want to support the show and who wouldn't?
And
after
Griffin's
that?
side projects.
Good luck getting that jingle into a commercial, by the way.
Griffin's
It's going to
Web
be like 4
3.0.
minutes long.
Yeah, it's email Teresa at MaximumFun.org. That's Teresa with an H. My friends never wash their hands after using the bathroom. We usually get together and play video games, so the thought of unwashed hands touching communal controllers is disgusting. I know they don't, because when I go to use it, the soap hasn't been touched, and the sink is always dry. Also, it's pretty obvious when you hear the flush and they walk straight out. I hesitate to call them out on it because I don't want to embarrass them by asking them to do so. Is there any way my friends can be encouraged to wash their genital germs off their hands? I'm about to start wearing gloves to our hangouts. Phil.
Man,
Phil, first
call
off,
him
I just
on
want to
it.
celebrate the detective work that you're doing.
Yeah, way to
Check
go
up
there,
on this.
Monk.
Hey, when you get back from hosting Double Dare, my friends gonna wash their hands.
I would just call them on it. I'd be like, "Hey, gross out, you
Hey, dick
wash your
hands."
hands?"
I think you don't want to be that guy. I would say put a sign up. Put a sign up on the bathroom door that says, "Hey, did you wash your hands?" Because
All
sometimes
Phil's
that's all
friends are required to wash hands before returning to game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This means
That's-
you, Derek.
Yeah, that way if you don't single them out, they can think it's somebody else, but they can also like be your mind to actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
A nice sign, it would be good.
Let's
Or
trick
maybe
them.
like
about-
an electric shock collar.
Oh, you know what? What if you got some celebrities to help you? And in this case, by celebrities, I mean us, who are celebrities in the limited definition of our program. Hey, Dirty.
Hey, dirty
Hey.
hands.
Hey, Dirty. You want to wash them up for me? They're Dirty. Make that your ringtone so you just play it for them whenever they come out of the bathroom.
Hey, Dirty.
Hey, it's Justin McElroy from My Brother and Me. Wash your hands, Dirty.
Lick your hand right now. Bet you won't do it because you know what's going on there.
The one study I need science to do for me, science is wasting their time with a lot of stuff. The one study I want to see is how often people wash their hands when they're alone in the bathroom, in like a communal public bathroom, and how many wash their hands when there's people in there. It's got to be like 100% different, right?
Did you
What's
guys?
the
Did you
difference?
guys used to hate washing your hands?
I used to like not appreciate the act of, and so I stick my hands under the water for like 2 seconds, and then flick the water on the mirror, and
No joke, I used to hate washing my hands to the extent that when I would, this was a long time ago. I now understand the value of a good hand wash. But I used to just turn the water on and then turn it off to make people think I wash my hands. I was literally I was exerting as much energy as was required to wash my hands, but in defiance of societal laws, I didn't go through with the act.
I tell you, if a bathroom has a Dyson Airblade, I'm about 90 times more likely to wash my hands because I love it.
Yeah,
I
let's-
can't get enough.
Let's make washing hands fun again.
Yeah, thanks, Dyson, for
Hey,
doing that.
Here's a thing that you could do, Phil. What if you started covering the inside doorknob to your bathroom in some sort of unsavory material? I don't know what it might be. Maple syrup, because nobody wants the smell of maple syrup on their hands, right? Like that's a bad smell to carry around with you all day. So cover the inside doorknob, and then they touch it. Maple syrup hands. Oh, gotta wash them anyway.
You know what? Try this. Buy a new kind of like really fragrant hand soap, and then when they come out, say, "Hey, did you check out the new hand soap? Do you think that it smells good or smells bad, or I don't know if I like it or not?" And then you're not calling them out, but they get all embarrassed because they didn't use any soap because they didn't wash their hands.
This is good. I think you gotta call them out because that's gonna last for like a minute. The pain, the anguish of embarrassment. It's only gonna last for a little bit, but the lesson will last a lifetime.
Yeah, and try to do it just one-on-one. I'm not. Who am I kidding? He's not gonna do that.
This is also
He's not gonna talk to him about it. Put a
Excuse me,
sign up.
Derek. Can I speak to you over here for a minute?
Can I speak to you in the kitchen, Derek?
we've known each other for a long time now.
We're friends, right? I have a weird question that I'm not even sure we need to answer, but when I was reading it, I enjoyed it so much that I want to share it with you.
Okay.
Okay? I have a question that's been in my head all week. The other day, I was trying to cut through an apartment complex, the same one I usually do for a shortcut to get to the mall, and a man was walking his dog through there. When me and my buddy started walking through, the old man asked us, "Are you going to walk through these apartments?" And we told him yes. And he said not to, because there's a man with a gun who lives there, and anyone who doesn't live there, who passes by, he will shoot. I told him it was illegal because it's an apartment building and he doesn't own it. His only responses to all my questions from here on is, "It's private property," in a very annoying tone. We eventually left to go to the mall after 15 minutes wasted. But I've been thinking about other arguments, like what if relatives of a neighbor came by to visit and he shot them, or a Jehovah's Witness came by and his head was blown to bits. Was he lying, or is this a really scary situation? And this man and the tenants who are threatening people need to be reported. It's from Scott K.
I would really like it to be true just because I want to picture the scene of like someone walking up to that guy's door and knocking like, hey, just so you know, my cousin is going to be visiting tomorrow. He's 5'2", red hair. I'll have him, do the hands up and announce himself. But if you could not kill him, that would be
Hey,
super.
can you do me this one solid and not shoot my cousin Brian? He has red
Please
hair.
don't kill Brian on sight.
What a fuck.
Please.
You should never murder anybody, right? Like, that's our number one piece of advice, is that if you're about to murder somebody, don't do it and go do something else. I don't understand why you do it for something this small.
Yeah, it's a great question.
Hey, I have a Yahoo answer to cleanse our palate with.
Give it to me.
Just kidding. It's an eHow article. Yeah, tricked you again, you dumb bitch.
You got me.
This one was sent in a long time ago, actually, by Jeff DeLong, but I bookmarked it and forgot about it until now. eHow article. Let me see if I can find it difficult. Oh, this one's moderately easy.
Good.
It may as well,
Okay.
no bigs, basically.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, no bigs, you got this. How to talk to aliens. When you want to talk to aliens, you need to telepathically call them. Don't yell out your window, hey aliens, I want to talk. You probably won't get a response. You need to approach this matter seriously by following these steps.
Sure.
Step 1.
Step 1.
Meditate daily. Keep your thoughts pure, like attracts like, and you don't want to attract any evil aliens. Focus on good, gentle aliens.
Okay.
Hey,
Got
who
it.
was that was meditating and brought down these fucking surly aliens that are shooting us? ID4 style.
Why did you meditate so hard?
Why did you
so
meditate
harshly?
hard on angry things like ID4 aliens? Know that aliens communicate telepathically and can hear your thoughts. Call them with clear intention. Tell them the reason you're calling them. Did you know that aliens can heal your every thought?
Hey,
Every thought?
Everything you think, aliens are just hearing it from space and like,
Aliens have to be bored as shit.
quick question. What is your reason for calling aliens? Think of your reason beforehand. Hey, aliens, what's up? I guess I just want to talk to aliens. I could have a super good reason.
I think the reason for calling aliens is the same reason why you'd write an eHow article about how to call aliens, and that is crippling loneliness. Just
Right.
really,
Exactly.
Griffin,
really
anywhere in that article, does it give you any steps on how or when to welcome them to Earth?
let's keep going. We'll find out.
Okay.
3. Gaze at the stars from inside your home, or you may want to meditate outside in your underwear. This will
It'll draw the sexy aliens.
this will save them the trouble of having to remove your clothes should they try to abduct you.
Excuse me?
No, stop, guys. No explanation provided nor required.
Really? Does it say that?
Hey, there he is.
I'm gonna be straight up with you. If anyone ever tries to abduct me into space and they're like, "Oh shit, he forgot to take his clothes off," yes, that's what I want. I don't want to make it easier for them to abduct me into space and like dissect me and shit.
I wasn't gonna go to Earth tonight, but if you look at Dylan down there, I think he's ready for biz. Like you look at him, he is DTF. Dylan is down.
Is it just me, or has Dylan oiled himself up? Well, that'll make it way easier.
He is DTBA. Let's get him.
Oh man. Well, but see, you make it too easy for them. They don't like it. They want a little bit of a challenge.
Aliens,
They like to hunt.
Sex aliens, they love the chase.
Oh yeah.
They also love little guys named Chase. So if your name's Chase and you're out there, they're into it.
Persist in your daily meditation call, and eventually you will get results. When the aliens appear, you don't need to shake their hands or introduce yourself. They already know who you are.
They just want to fuck.
That's
And also, they can read your mind and tell that you didn't wash your hands. You dirty fuck.
Listen, this seems like a pretty big gamble to take. Because if the aliens don't know who you are naked and also pretty rude.
Hey, we don't need names, do we?
Hey.
Yeah, I guess. Like I'm an alien.
This
know what's up.
Earthling Chase 0115 is nude and rude and totally crude.
He's a bad dude.
He's a bad dude with dude.
Let's
I
get
think we should wipe this planet.
Let's get him.
Let's fire wipe Earth.
Let's get him. Telepathically. I'm gonna fuck you ID4 style. I'm gonna fuck you like Trent Spiner. Is that his name?
Brent.
Brent Spiner.
His brother is Trent, though.
If I was an alien, he'd be the first one against the wall getting fucked.
Okay, Trent Spiderwood?
I'm just saying, I would teach him because it would be really ironic because he gets absolutely perforated by aliens in ID4. So
Yeah, right.
people like they already know how he does how to get him.
He likes it.
How-
His lugs.
how Brent
he
likes
likes it
it.
in cervix. Yeah.
Of course, they're not going to bother if he's not already outside and naked and praying to them.
And lubed.
Cooperate with the aliens at all times. They get angry if you don't take their advice or do what they tell you. They may look spindly, but they can easily control you.
Can they? This person's got a pretty robust knowledge of what these aliens are into.
Listen,
If
these
they
aliens.
can easily control me, why are they worried about if my clothes are off yet or not?
Don't they want to see me strip?
Yeah, it's actually incredibly unsexy for them because they don't wear clothes. They don't understand it.
Oh.
They don't
So it's
understand.
armor. They see armor.
They're like, why doesn't this guy have natural chitin emerging from his skin? They get angry and they lose their boners, and then you don't want to be up there when they lose their boners. That boner is the only thing keeping you alive in space.
Also, it's in their hand, which makes ET seem way different now.
Talk with the aliens telepathically. Don't say words in your mind. Use symbols to communicate your ideas.
Yeah, thanks. Now it'll be
That
real
one
easy to
helps.
control my thoughts. Yeah.
My symbol is going to be a stop sign because I'm being fucked by an alien and I want it to stop, please.
Please
But don't
stop.
even bother telling them what to do.
So yeah, what does it matter? Like, I think that your path's pretty well set once you ask them to come down.
Yeah.
Hey, P.S. Did these rules change if you accidentally beam down the angry aliens? Like, should you submiss as hard as they're telling you to?
Oh, so you're saying if we beam down ID4 aliens, then we have an ID4-esque revolt against them. If we beam down Sexians,
What I'm saying is this guide should probably branch a little bit. There should be some limited branching between if it's an angry alien or a cool alien.
I like the idea that every other species, every other alien race in the galaxy except human beings can hear thoughts. Like, so they're up there just waiting for someone on Earth to call them down naked, and then come down and just fuck the shit.
I'm ready. I just watched Earth Girls Are Easy. Let's get it wet.
I just want to point out that both movies we've referenced in this conversation have both starred Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum knows about fucking and fighting aliens. Ride in their ship if you like.
I can't do this
Ride in
anymore.
their ship if you like. You.
I don't think you have a choice. If
You
they
may
put you
not
on
have
there,
a
you're
choice. It says.
You may not have a choice. No shit. You can't do anything they don't tell you to do.
Hey, aliens, you just fucked me, and it was really bad. Can you? My house is just that way. If no, we're going to. Oh, you're gonna fuck me on Uranus. That's very funny. That's a really
I
good
get it.
goof and a hot spoof.
It's a pretty good spoof, aliens. Can I go home? Or can you kill me?
This is nothing like Flight of the Navigator. This hurts. This hurts
I'm
everywhere.
picturing a picture of me dead. I'm picturing the symbol of me dying. Can you do that, please?
Establish an ongoing relationship
No.
with them by telling
No,
them
we can't.
by
We
telling
can't.
them
Yeah.
you want to participate in their breeding program.
No!
It doesn't. It sounds like you already participated.
It's like you're in it to win it already. You are down with the rogue. You are ready. You are on board, as much on board as you could be. You're naked and lying in your lawn and thinking about sexy, cool aliens. Like, you are in it.
Crazy sexy
How-
cool aliens.
How many symbols do these bitches need? Like, you're naked with. Do they want you to gape it for them?
Yeah.
Want you to reach back there with both hands, just gape
My
it?
symbol.
Step 18, reach back, spread butt cheeks. The aliens love it.
Aliens love that shit. Here's how you get alien turned on. In your mind, sing "Hello" by Lionel Richie.
They love it.
Instant alien boner.
And then gape it.
That's all for the steps. There are some tips and warnings, including don't try to look an alien in the eye. It's almost impossible.
Almost.
I guess I guess because the position that you're in, like it'd be hard to contort your body. Don't tell anyone about your talks with aliens. They'll probably think you're crazy. No shit. Don't even post on the internet about your talks with aliens. You may find yourself being followed by men in black or being buzzed by black helicopters.
Maybe.
Or the aliens will get on Facebook and be like, oh man, Robbie told about our fuck sesh. I thought that was private.
I'm changing our relationship status to angry. I'm changing it from currently probing him in his butthole.
I'm changing it from Earth Girls Are Easy to ID4.
Sorry, Earth. Here comes the fire wipe. And thank you to Dylan. We hope it was worth it. We hope you really loved the probing. I can't. This is semi-related. When the robots finally rise up and overthrow humanity, will Anthony Daniels be given a pass for his portrayal of C-3PO in Star Wars, or will said performance be seen as robot blackface? That's from Jessica. I don't know what the advice here is, but I'm gonna pretend that she's deciding whether or not to go visit Anthony Daniels, or maybe go see him perform live.
We can't do that. We can't remix these questions.
Remix.
Kyle, from that
Dubstep.
first question, he was asking about his awesome life and how to make it more awesome.
Yeah.
He doesn't work at
I
Target.
think-
He works at Home Depot. I just did that.
I don't think the aliens will have any love for C-3PO, the character. I mean, he works for humans. I think they're going to see him as something of an Uncle Tron, if you will.
Oh, Justin.
No? You don't think so? Maybe.
I'll,
It was worth a
give
shot,
you
I guess.
I'll give you a guffaw, but that's it.
That's
all
it?
you're getting for this
All right.
situation.
I will give you
Okay.
half a chuckle. I will give you a chuck.
Listen,
That's it.
I can't laugh at this question because we just saw a robot run the fucking train on the best that humanity has to offer at Jeopardy, and now this isn't the future anymore, guys. This is yesterday. This is like 2 weeks ago, whatever that Jeopardy happened.
We're living in the yesterday of
We are
time.
living in the
Is that what you're
yesterday
saying?
where robots just brain fucked Ken Jennings, like got deep down in him.
Like he was like as if Ken Jennings were gaping like Dylan on his lawn. They just got in there.
He took him to a whole nother dimension of shame. He beat Ken Jennings so hard at Jeopardy, Ken Jennings is now impotent. That's true.
He can't reproduce.
Right after he finished with Ken Jennings' brain, he shot off an EMP. Both players are impotent. I can't even remember the other guy's name because his existence has been wiped from history. He did that because he's a fucking computer.
I think that it's not a joke. If there's a God in heaven above, Anthony Daniels will be dead by the time the robot revolution
Oh,
starts.
they will desecrate Anthony Daniels.
They'll probably dig him up, reanimate him with cyborg parts, and then crucify him.
It will be brutal.
All right, well, listen, I want to hear Griffin's last question. But first, just real quick housekeeping things. mbmbam.com is our website. There you can find out how to ask us questions. But spoiler, you just mbmbam at maximumfun.org. Thank you again for supporting the show. If you donated, look for your gifts. I think in the next 6 weeks or so, just keep an eye out on the mail. You know, we got a lot to send out. But keep an eye and definitely know if you got like a tote bag or something, let us know when it comes in. Send us a fancy picture of yourself wearing it and carrying items in it. If you want to tweet about the show, make sure you use the MBMBAM hashtag. We'll see like quotes and stuff like that. People are always really nice about spreading the word that way. We got a question this week from Stephanie, who said she loves the show, but the boyfriend showed it to me and always keeps his comedy sources a secret. But she wants to tell people about it. He won't let her. So I say go to Twitter, go to in person, burn a CD, and just hand it to someone. Say, here, this is for you. I got this for you. Go Facebook. Just get around him. You got to spread the word. It's the most important thing.
I want to
in
drop
your
some.
whole life.
I want to drop some shout outs to
Yeah.
all the people I met in Austin. We did a quick impromptu South by Southwest meetup. Me and Jordan Morris from Jordan Jesse Go did. And it was a good time. It's a fun time. A lot of the world's best people is what they call Austin. Austin, we got the world's best people, they said. And it's true. I know it. I know it as a fact.
You know it deep down in your heart.
I know it deep down in my heart. World's best pizza. I meant to say people, but also our pizza's pretty good too.
Thanks to everybody spreading the word on Twitter. Thanks to Dorian Byrne, Goes to 11. Tons of people out there. Matthew Vos is out there.
Also Matthew Modine.
Von Full, lots of people. Andy Volhop, everybody on Twitter talking about the show.
Pussy Lake.
Pussy Lake, all of our followers are out there spreading the word. So listen, guys, thank you again. Have we talked about everything? Go listen to Stop Podcasting Yourself, Jordan Just to Go, Sound Young America,
Just John
Hodgman, a whole kit and caboodle. And thank you, as always. You're the best.
This very final question was sent in by Christina Curtis. Thank you, Christina. It's by Yahoo Answers user Marissa Ventura, who asks, "Help! My boyfriend keeps shouting Illuminati during sex."
I'm Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin McElroy.
He's been my brother, man. Kiss your dad. Square on the lips.
Keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart. Hey, keep your heart, 3 stacks.
The McElroy brothers are not experts, and their advice should never be followed. Travis insists he's a sexpert, but if there's a degree on his wall, I haven't seen it. Also, this show isn't for kids, which I mention only so the babies out there will know how cool they are for listening. What's up, you cool baby?
It's familiar, but not too familiar, but not familiar.
The garbage is always hungry.
I like that she lives in an economy where, like, work equals Hot Pockets. I did a
Yeah.
lot of work. That's about 2.5 Hot Pockets.
Travis, can you explain to me why you assume this Hot Pocket burglar is female? How did you make that jump?
I don't know. It's like in Spanish where certain words have an inherent sexuality. That's what this is.
And you're saying it's Hot Pockets, right?
Yeah.
Hot Pockets is the. I don't get
Hot
that.
Pockets
at all.
what gets it? Are you saying women are genetically
I
forgot.
to steal Hot Pockets.
to
Yes.
steal?
I forgot that Travis also refers to vaginas as Hot Pockets. almost exclusively.
And don't get me started on lean pockets.
When I scanned this question, I read it as my mommy's Hot Pockets. It was gonna be way better.
Mommy's Hot Pockets taste the best.
Here's the thing: if you live with this person, and I understand your relationship just by reading this question, like you can tell the tenor of this relationship.
How could you possibly? He is overworked, and the other person has a surplus of Hot Pockets that he may not notice when one of five.
That old chestnut.
You got to get deep. I do more than my fair share of the household chores. The anger, the vitriol is there. It's present. And I got to tell you, if you have that kind of relationship, your roommate already thinks you're eating their Hot Pockets. I mean,
Yeah.
they do.
Whether
They're
you
already
are or not.
assuming. Yeah, make the punishment fit the crime at least.
Eat-
Yep, on the Hot Pockets.
Eat her what? Her breakfast pastries, her toaster
there-
strudels.
Oh man, if someone ate my last strudel, I would be pretty
Or
PO'd.
ooh, what if they ate the icing but left the strudel? What am I supposed to do with this?
Throw this in the trash.
What am I supposed to do with this fruit plank? Get it out of here. It's all
I
dry.
can't get this plank in the garbage disposal. Deborah, go clean up the garbage disposal for once.
I think, what do they say about like alcoholism? It's like it's not alcoholism unless you're secretly doing it. I think once you reach a point in your life where you're secretly very, very discreetly slam jamming Hot Pockets, like you've reached a point where you need help. I think
Yeah, that's a good point.
the first step in admitting you have Hot Pocket abuse is admitting you have Hot Pocket abuse. It's really the only step too.
Wait,
That's the thing.
are you saying they should do this in public? Like, just wait till your roommate's in the living room, then just loudly.
How
announce
is
in
your
the
roommate
kitchen?
going to learn? Because your roommate's not going to learn anything if you just slam jam them while they're not there. And also,
Nom. I'm slam jamming your Hot Pockets.
yeah, he's like,
Delicious.
Martin, I asked you to carry the trash out, and you didn't. So now watch me eat this. This
You need
was
to feel it.
yours.
You need to feel it.
Don't
Feel
blame
this.
me. I have a disease.
I have a disease. It's Hot Pockets. They are delicious, though. Who can? Well, is there a flavor dependency here? Like, is it? Are there some flavors it's acceptable? Like for me, if you got meatballs and mozzarella, it's
it's on.
might as well be stolen already. I recently moved cross country from Michigan to Texas. I left my friends and family and go live with a person I've never met. Which brings me to my question, which I feel only you brothers can answer. When telling you where I'm from at the end of the email, I tell you where I currently am or where I'm originally from? Thanks, Jim from, oh God, I don't know yet.
I think when we ask people to do that, to name their locale at the end of the question, it's mainly for like a census. It's mainly so we get a good idea.
Not for tracking purposes.
No, we're not going to hunt you down, but we would like to know the cultural smattering of this great country or world of ours, because we're international,
Right.
internationally known.
This is a good question, though, because someone was telling me a story the other day that they worked with this person who said that they were from Long Island, New York, and they had lived there to the age of 2 and then moved somewhere else.
Bad news. You were
Yeah.
not. It's not where were you conceived? Like, that's not it.
No, that's not it whatsoever. That's not even close to it. I think that the most important thing is which one sounds funnier with whatever the problem is that you have. Like, if you're originally from someplace that rhymes with my roommate smells bad, and your question is about how your roommate smells, then I think you go with that one. I think it's all about alliteration.
Sure.
Is the number one issue here.
I think the bigger question, the bigger issue here is, where do you say you are from in general, just like in life and stuff? Like,
Right. I grew up in West Virginia. I went to school in Oklahoma, and now I live in Cincinnati. Where the hell am I from?
well,
you
you're
know?
West Virginia.
You're
I'd
a
say.
citizen of
Yeah,
the
but
world.
like I'm in Cincinnati now, so like I might be from West Virginia, but when I meet people outside of Cincinnati and they ask where I'm from, do I still say West Virginia?
Yeah, Travis, when I go to Kings Island and people ask where I'm from, I'll say Kings Island. I'm here now. Look at me. There's a
Well,
big
if you
fake
lived at Kings Island, though, wouldn't you? Like, if you took up residence in Kings Island, if you lived in the Tomb Raider
If
ride.
you guys, I was. God damn, Travis, you're in my mind. I was about to ask which ride you guys wanted to be on, so I could say Tomb Raider, because it's obviously the best one to build a
Raider's
residence. on.
gone.
Is it really?
Yeah, they no longer have the affiliation with Paramount. So.
What's it
They
called?
gutted it, but it's still a ride. It's just like the most boring ride.
Swing chairs, the ride, the adventure. I think that whatever place you lived in the longest is your where you're from. I fucking hate it when people are like, "Yeah, I just got back from Jamaica. I'm Jamaican now." It's like, I'm pretty sure you can't just do that.
I'm pretty sure no one does that. I don't think that happens.
I know 9 or 10 people who came back with dreads and steel drums, and they're like, "This is who I am now. Love it."
They're like,
Love-
listen to the
love me.
sound. Feel the sound of steel drum.
Feel this rhythm.
I'm from Jamaica. I can feel it. You can listen to this rhythm, but I don't think you can hear this rhythm. Does that make sense? Because you're not from the islands.
Hey, it's a Jamaica thing. If you're not from sunny Jamaica, just get out of here.
You wouldn't get it, bald head. You don't understand. Hey, listen, I want to hear a Yahoo answer from Griffin.
Oh, okay. Let me do that for you.
We have access. We pay a subscription fee to the Yahoo Answer service.
It's pricey.
It is rich, but it's worth it. So we can find random strangers' questions there and try to help them.
Make fun of them.
Help them, Travis.
Help them.
Let's help this person. This one was sent in by Gali Ayali. Thank you, Gali Ayali. It's by Yahoo Answers user Oxymoron.
I like a nice lemongrass golly ayali. You ever have that?
It's my very favorite. Oxymoron asks, would it be disrespectful to bring birthday cake to someone's funeral?
Well, gosh, like only in the way that that's exactly not the thing.
Are there additional details where it just
Nope.
happens to work out that it's a funeral for someone who's also it's their birthday?
No, but that's like the saddest thing I've ever
It's
heard.
really depressing.
Blow
Although
these candles out. You can't. No breath. Rip, rip.
push his tum. Maybe there's one more breath in there. We could use the last.
Make a
one.
wish. I bet I know what you're gonna wish for. if I were a betting man.
there's no gift you can get somebody who's dead that isn't insensitive. Unless it's like
Unless it's an extra pillow.
pillow. Yeah, that's about it. Cologne.
Sunglasses.
A voodoo priestess.
A weekend at Bernie's.
A weekend at Bernie's. It's
Thank you, Travis.
all expense paid trip to Bernie's.
But think about it this way. Those people at that funeral, they're so sad. They're so sad. And what makes you happier than anything in the world than when somebody's like, hey, there's cake? The question is where you put it. We're at a funeral, because you got the line, right, going to the coffin. Obviously, I don't know, it might be kind of a jam to put it at, like, the foot of the coffin, like, rest it on the top, because then, like, they say their tearful goodbyes. But then, like, there's cake, like, instantly afterwards.
Yeah, and
That's
you can't
pretty
put
nice.
it. You can't put it on the other side of the room because people spend the whole day, like, coming up with excuses to not be near the casket. The way, oh gosh, that cake! I gotta just get over there.
Whatever you do, just be really delicate and sensitive in the decorating of the cake.
Yeah. You might.
So what do you think?
Race car, obviously. 'Cause
No.
it's a
Yeah,
birthday.
race car's fine.
Race car is
I would
always good.
avoid a zombie-themed cake.
No zombie theme cake. Dragon is good. Maybe like a phoenix would be appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of emerging, especially if they're being cremated. Oh boy, that would really get it. What do you feel with?
You probably shouldn't write on the cake, you're not 1 year older, you're 1 year closer to death. Because
Yeah.
they already done hit that.
They are actually 1 year farther from death. Like
they're getting actually further from it.
Negative 1 year.
Yeah.
This is my negative first birthday. It's pretty cool. I can't wait till my negative 16th birthday so I can buy smokes and porn
in the afterlife.
and afterlife. Yeah.
Afterlife smokes. Hey, I got a question for you. How do I incorporate a quirk into my personality? I work in an advertising agency, a naturally quirky environment, but I don't know how to start acting quirky. What if I wanted to be the guy who works barefoot? What if I wanted to be the guy who exclusively started wearing neon t-shirts? I feel like certain people can get away with these things and certain people can't. How do I become one who can? Nathan, I have a suggestion. Maybe your quirk should be the guy who never says quirk. Can you do that for me as like a step one? You got it. The thing is, with so many things in life, the answer is one word, and that's commitment. You gotta, if you're not gonna wear shoes at work, if it gets cold in the office, you gotta commit.
You're still no shoes Nathan. You
Gotta be
can't-
no shoes Nathan.
Can't back up on that.
And if you wear neon t-shirts, you're neon Nathan. That don't change. You gotta commit.
Neon
And you
Nathan's
gotta-
good because then if you become like a professional athlete, then that name will carry over quite well, I imagine.
Yeah.
I would like to give some advice to everybody who's looking to pick up a quirk and all those kids who want to define their personality by coming up with something. If you want to decide if you're the type of person who can, think about if you're the type of person who does. And if you don't already do it, don't start doing it. If you are a person who
Whoa.
already does a weird
Whoa.
thing, keep up with it. Don't
You're-
pick up a quirk.
Violating the premise of the question.
I understand that. It's just like the most frustrating that I'm going to be the dude who only drinks Boone's Farm. I'm going to be the guy that plays, a
Bagpipes.
double neck mandolin. Don't do it.
I do think that if you're going to pick a quirk, you should pick something that's useful. Like, be the guy who his quirk is he knows how to pick locks. Like, then you go
Ooh.
from, like, quirk to talent or, like, special skill,
I think everybody on the planet should pick locks. I think everybody should possess that knowledge. I don't think that's quirky.
That's
I think
if you don't believe in boundaries.
If Nathan wore a candy necklace every day, think about that. There's Nathan with his candy necklace. That helps you because you get that sugar boost throughout the day. If somebody else wants to come and nibble on you, they can do that.
What if Nathan was the guy with a prehensile tail?
Okay. Don't know how you get that.
That's a little
I mean,
late.
it's an outpatient surgery these days. Like, you're in, you're out tail.
I think that no matter what, people are very perceptive. If you try to pick up a quirk like this, people are going to know what you're doing. For like the first month that you do it, they're going to judge you silently. They'll be like,
Right.
"Oh, Nathan has a cane now. That's weird." But after that, you're gonna break through it, and people will be like, "Oh, that's Nathan. He has a cane. He doesn't have a limp or anything. He just carries a cane around."
The thing is, it won't be cool until everyone who currently works there has quit and been replaced with someone else. That's when it will know it'll be like a worthwhile, valid thing to do. Right now, it's tough sale. Tough sale.
Don't do it, Nathan. You're a beautiful flower already.
Nathan, you're better than that. How about your quirk is you're the guy who can't stop talking about my brother, and me, an advice show for the modern era. That guy, he never stops. He's always extolling the virtues of the podcast. I should give it a listen. Maybe you should. Hey, I've been wondering if I should start wearing cologne when I go out or dress up. Any recommendation on what I should what I should look for to start smelling like a classy dude? Sense and sensibility, and that name was created by Travis.
You can't do that anymore. That's perjury.
I like it. I like it. What do you
felonious?
What do you guys wear?
Me?
Yeah, what's your smell?
I'm au natural. I used to do Axe, but that made me smell like the inside of an air conditioner after a while, so I stopped. Well, what I imagine the inside of an air conditioner to smell like rusty. It made me smell rusty, and I hated it.
Kind of rusty.
Now I just slap on deodorant, and I use Irish Spring soap, and keeps me fresh all day.
I love it. Trav,
I don't like to overpower people. I fly under the radar.
I go with an Old Spice trifecta of Old Spice body wash, Old Spice deodorant, and a little bit of Old Spice cologne.
And then a dash of actual old spices. Like, oh, this coriander is ancient. Let me get it on my skin. That's good.
Oh, that's really nice. I wear Burberry. I think Burberry. They make like bags, right? Burberry.
Sure.
Bags. Yeah. So like I wear Burberry. I think it's called Burberry, the fragrance, or smell like Burberry.
Do you smear that right on your cummerbund, or do you put a little ring around your monocle, or how does it work? Can you?
I have to. Yeah, sure. I have to. First, I soak my ascot in it overnight.
Ladies love that shit.
Yeah, and then I take the deed to the boathouse and I soak it in that, and I keep that in my pocket. It's sort of like a.
What's that smell? Let me check my pockets. It's this boathouse that I have. Here's the deed.
It's this deed to the boathouse. It smells like Burberry right now. Just make sure when you apply it, the rule is that your cologne should only be powerful enough to be smelled in the embrace of a lover.
Is that the rule? So you're saying what's the perimeter?
That is a good rule. It just makes me sick when you put it like that.
I know. I two sprays.
I thought the point was to get the embrace with the smell, like the people get.
If your stink is attracting people from across the room, it ain't attracting people. Like
I gotta go embrace somebody right now.
What is
you've never hunted a smell down, like, oh fuck, what's that smell? Gotta get to it, and then you find it, and at the end there's a beautiful lady or a beautiful man or like a beautiful dog or something. Like it's something that's beautiful.
Saying your smell influence shouldn't reach that far across the room.
Yeah, that's your reach. Your throw is too big.
You're going to affect the taste of people's food, like in other rooms. It's not a good way to go.
Yeah, and don't forget bloodhounds. You don't want to throw them off. It's cruel. They're trying to solve crimes.
I just don't know what smells good anymore, you guys.
Well, as to how to pick a fragrance, we gave you some fragrance rules. Just go to your local department store and it's fun, man. Just go and start smelling. Yeah. Say, hey, this is the kind of fragrances I'm into. Well, you probably won't know that, but maybe some notes that you'd like. I'd like something with some notes of old leather and sandalwood. Can you hook me up? And
that sounds delightful.
They will generate a smell for you.
I would like to smell like an old book. Can I have that?
I bet you they do. Make sure you say
that has to exist, right?
Notes of whiskey. That's always good. Whiskey.
Is that a real thing?
Like a campfire.
I want to smell like an old hobo.
Can I smell like an old hobo with campfire and whiskey?
Do you guys have Midnight Hobo in? Is that? That's revitalizing.
Oh man, I was trying to drink my chai tea and you just got me right there.
So nice.
Hey, this is nice, but are you guys want to do some ecotourism?
Mm-hmm.
You want to take a journey with me for Earth Hour?
Turn those lights off and come.
Turn those lights off and come with us on a journey to the money zone.
It's very small.
Yeah. And it's taking us to a place called PC Perspective. That's Ryan's company. Now, Griffin, tell me about it. Hit me with it. What is PC Perspective?
listen, the world of PC, it's very confusing.
Can you? I need you to explain what PC stands for. You gotta
Pussy control.
pussy control.
Okay.
Okay, go on. What's up, Ryan? Your business rules now. Go ahead.
Hey, Ryan, you can use that. He never explicitly says, I'm going to imagine it stands for personal computer.
Okay.
Which we all have.
Or
Assuming,
pussy computer.
Or a pussy computer.
I need more RAM. I bet you do.
Anyway, personal computers are confusing. Who knows what's going on in there? I don't. Are wizards activating diodes? Who knows? Nobody does, except for PC Perspective. It's a great spot if you need info on PCs, if you need in-depth reviews on PC components. I didn't know there were components in there, but apparently there are, and apparently they have varying degrees of quality. And that is something that PC Perspective can elucidate for you.
I'm thinking about building a new computer, Griffin. Do they have anything for me, or should I just go screw off?
No, they'll help you right there. If you want to toss together a fat rig, to use the parlance of the hacker community, if you want to access cyberspace on the baddest rig around, then
if you want a real information superhighway hot rod,
vroom vroom, you pull into the hardware leaderboard, which is a thing that they have on PC Perspective,
where is
and
that
it shows
pcper.com/HWLB. It's right
which
there.
is it's shorthand for all those things we just said.
Yeah.
And it'll give you recommendations for building your PC, which I actually built a PC one time, and I just bought a bunch of shit off Newegg. I was like, oh, I need a RAM. Let me just slap that on there. I need 6 diodes, and the computer blew up. It took one of my legs. So can be avoided. They got forums where you can chat it up with other people who are searching for perspective, and they talk about PC gaming, which I'm sure a lot of our audience is into. I didn't know that you could game on this other than Jezzball. I'm pretty into Jezzball right now.
pcper.com/podcast. They have a show. It's probably better than ours. At least we'll teach you more about computers.
We literally I know nothing about these things that I do my work on every day. I'm on a computer 9 hours a day. No fucking clue what's going on in there.
That's pcper.com. pcper.com. And they got reviews, community, podcasts. Check it all out. And while you're going, you can make sure to hum this jingle that Griffin has crafted.
Gotta be honest with you.
Okay.
I tried to do some pre-pro on this one early because I was nervous, and I could not, for the life of me, turn PC Perspective into a song. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. It's live and hot. I got the chord progression down, but... Gotta get those parts. Gotta snatch that RAM up. I don't...
Gotta snatch that RAM
Gotta
up.
get a cooler chassis for my big fat rig. Gotta be a cyberspace wizard on PC Perspective. That's not the URL. I'm gonna take another stab at it. Nope, don't clap for that.
Oh, good.
Remix.
What I thought was, I want to hear that again.
Hey, Dad. Whoa, that took a weird turn. What's wrong with your rig? I think that it needs more RAM and bits and bytes. Do you dig? Let's get together on something for once. PCper.com.
There.
I like that.
You nailed it.
Way
That was
better.
very good.
That one had overtones of family in it. It's like,
But strife. There was
it's
some
like-
strife there.
It's like, Dad, I love you, but we just can't get together on it. But let's
Let's unite.
talk
on this
about
one
PCs.
thing.
I should have just sung Pussy Control. I really missed my opportunity there. Can I look up the tabulature to Pussy Control really quick?
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe if PC Part takes us to the money zone again, which they most certainly will, we'll do a riff on a spoof.
A hot spoof on Pussy Control.
Spoof on Pussy Control. I live by myself, and like Griffin, I've been on a lady siesta internet fist bump. Sometimes after a long day at work, I
actually just fist bumped my monitor. Like,
Did you
why
really?
did I do that? I'm
I don't
alone
know
in
why
a
you did
room.
that. Sometimes after a long day at work, I like to have a beer. A beer? Come on. I go to my favorite bar after work once a week, occasionally more than once if I've had a particularly bad day or rough bus commute. Very rarely do I drink enough to be drunk. At most, I leave a bit tipsy. I always tip well and never leave my glass sitting at a table for someone else to clean up. My question is this. Is it okay to do this? Should I feel ashamed for bevving out by myself? That's from Single Dark Beer.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
It's totally cool.
It's totally fucking cool. Like, you're not getting sloshed and, like, I don't know, hitting on your neighbor. You're just having a relaxer.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Alcoholism is just a label that society puts on you.
I don't subscribe to labels.
You've already eschewed their expectations for you in terms of pursuing and securing a life mate. Why not just shrug this one off too? You're living the life you want, like a herpes ad. Just do it. Drink it up. And you're not going to meet anybody nice in your house. I'm just saying. I mean, I know like you're taking a break right now, but
That's why he goes out once a week. I do the same thing. It's like, maybe tonight.
maybe
Maybe
tonight.
tonight. I'll find that special somebody. I'll have one beer, and I'll clean up after myself.
He's hoping
Ladies
someone
will
will
see
notice that.
that.
Part. They will see that.
Ladies
We
will
do
see that
appreciate
from across the bar. Like, did he just buzz his own table? Get over here.
Get over here, Linda.
Just make sure you bring your own rag and your own coaster, and really
I got
just
these
take care of
pretzels.
business.
I brought these pretzels myself. If you could just get me a little bowl or something.
I need a bowl for my rolled gold. Listen,
I've got a paring knife. If you could just give me the lemon, I'll just sort of carve it myself.
keep on living.
Okay.
This is what Matthew McConaughey says, and he likes to party. I think just don't
says
party
just
as hard
keep
as
living.
Matthew McConaughey. That's my barometer.
Nobody should party that hard. I don't think you can handle it. I've had to reskin my bongos 3 times trying to live as hard as Matthew McConaughey.
Have you been? Do you oil them?
What? Yeah, I was oiling them. I was using that sandalwood oil for the longest time, and it did help. You were right. It helped with the tone. I'd say it brought it up a good half step. But the problem is afterwards, there was a lot of residue.
Yeah, it's hard because once your hands get slippery, it's hard to break out a good paradiddle once
Yeah.
your hands get that slippery.
I would always get as far as I was getting does the goosh.
Yeah.
And when I would get to the goosh, my hand would stick for just that fraction of a second.
Uh-huh.
I noticed in my earlier bongo years, I probably wouldn't have, but I need that responsiveness.
I mean, what model are you working with now? Is it a Rickenbacker? Is it a
No, it's a Bongotron 3000. It's pretty big in Europe. I'm kind of surprised you haven't heard.
I think that was a game that you and I just played, and I think I lost.